good morning.
Or good evening.
Or evening. Yes, it is evening now. Good evening, our beautiful EOW family and beyond the Call of Duty family. So today was day 50, and we are here in Suffolk, Virginia for the evening. But we started our day today in Conway, South Carolina. And our first department of the day, we visited North Myrtle Beach, Department of Public Safety, to honor Sergeant Gordon Best, whose end of watch date was January 1st, 2021.
Yeah.
And from there, we went to Brunswick County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina for Deputy Joseph Gore, whose end of watch was April 3rd, 2021. And lastly, we went to Hanover County Sheriff's Office, also in North Carolina, to honor Captain David MacAlpine. And his end of watch was September 17th, 2021. So, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach.
Wow.
How was that?
The escort that showed up this morning at the motel to lead us in, they came in big numbers and carried us about 45 minutes to get to the department. And then when we got to the department, there was people lined up everywhere.
It was so the agencies that escorted us in were the motors were with Horry County Sheriff's Office or Horry County Police Department. Sorry. North Myrtle Beach had a couple motors in there, and North Carolina the State Patrol had a couple motors.
And Conway.
And then we had Conway PD, North Myrtle Beach, and Horry County, all in cars. It was an amazing entrance for an amazing man.
Yes.
So here we are at North Myrtle. Excuse me. There you are, Richard.
Yeah. And this is the wife.
Gordon's wife.
For replacing the roads. This is Jorge with the son. Had to get up there to lift him up to the top to where he could see his dad. And then that's their daughter.
Also with Jorge lifting her up. She was a doll. Those bows in her hair and her little flared outfit.
Yes.
She was absolutely.
It took her a few minutes, adorable. But after a few minutes, she opened up and would talk and interact with us.
That was father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
That's father-in-law for our officer. That's her father.
Oh, her father. There was.
His father is taller, and
there was some of the crowd of people that were there to honor him. Oh, there they all are.
Department and family.
Is the one right there that's tall and that. Yep, right there.
Yes, that's right there.
So that's his father. No, that's his mother.
And his mom is also right in there. She was a really neat lady. She also worked for North Myrtle Beach Police Department, or for the Sheriff's Office.
Worked for the Sheriff's Office as well. His father did.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But Mom worked there when he started, and she retired and said nobody wants to work with their mommy. And so she retired for.
One of the best stories that she told me about him was that he would call her when he got up in the morning just to say, "Hey, babe, Mom, I'm going home," and that. And Dad would get upset because he'd be, "Why is he calling you so early at 6 o'clock in the morning?" And she would say, "That's our son. He loves you."
he would also call her on his way into work in the evening to let her know that he was hit again and kind of chat about the day and see if they needed anything. Said he was amazing with, even though him being a dad and having a wife and 2 children, that he always made time to come and help them with whatever they may need done.
Yeah. And so, did you guys let everyone know that Gore County escorted us there?
Yes.
Gore County, North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And
today was just an amazing escort day.
And that's also the same here. Here's quite a few of them that were escorts, sergeant. So this is the same team that escorted us yesterday from into Horry County and then out of Horry County to our hotel.
Also escorted us the first time.
Yeah,
yes, that's where we met was last year.
Last year,
yeah. Let's see what else do we. Oh, there's Mom.
Yeah, that's
Mom and maybe Jim. That might be Jim.
Jim broke some hair, didn't he?
Yeah, that's
Jamie.
Yeah.
What are we calling you?
Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah, Jamie grew some hair. Jamie's right here.
Oh, hold on. See, there's Jamie. There he is back there.
He cut his hair off.
But he also sometimes looks like that with a full head of hair. So our second stop to the day is out to Brunswick County Sheriff's Office for North Carolina for Deputy Joseph Gore. And that was a beautiful ride out there and a wonderful escort. You can see us all pulling in when we first got to their visitor center and kind of getting things set up. And that there in the white shorts
is Mom.
Is Joseph, and did he go by Joseph or Joe? Did anyone from the?
He went by Joe.
Joe?
Yeah. And she's just amazing, and couldn't say enough stuff about him. And what was amazing is his best friend was there.
Yes.
And they had some great stories about him, and he was a prankster. He loved pulling pranks, so he was constantly pulling pranks.
There's Mom placing the rose. A couple of the Brunswick deputies with her. Here's some of the deputies, of course, JC giving his talk, the kind of morale boost or pep talk to the officers, and the man in the middle with the boots on, he was part of our escort from the county line. They got us as we came over the county line and into Brunswick. Here's probably there's a better picture.
And his co-workers.
Yeah. And all of us with Mom and Joe right there in the middle. That's Lieutenant.
I can't remember his name. There's so many LPs I meet.
Yeah. So it was a wonderful visit, getting to spend some time with them and hear some great stories about Joe. And wonderful people, very appreciative that we were there to visit. And from there, so we went to our next stop in New Hanover County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina for Captain David MacAlpine. Mac. Yes.
Mac. It's just Mac.
And again, we had an escort all the way. We had all day today.
Right, today was an all-day
yeah,
escort.
we were escorted from Brunswick County up to New Hanover, and a lot of those guys came up. Also, they knew Mac and wanted to come up and honor him as well.
Yeah. Mac did so much for his community. So not only was he heavily involved in the department, but he was heavily involved private, into the church and citizens, and always willing to do something and fix something and get something for somebody, but more so for the department, where he absolutely started programs and kept programs going and started new programs and ran them. And whenever the department needed something new, he figured a way of getting that program started. So he was loved, loved, loved.
We were, I'm sure, we'll get into the pictures here, but I think there's a picture. They brought his car out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And it was actually part of the escort is bringing us
Yeah,
in,
absolutely.
as they made sure, because he was over traffic
Yep.
for quite some time.
Yep.
And so they made sure that his car was part of the escort in, and that they got to honor and escort in the memorial. So here's what looks like some pictures of us coming in. His car is up in front. We'll see that again in a second.
This one,
That's his wife.
that's his
Maxwell.
wife, and
That's his
then
mom, right?
his mom beside her,
Yep.
and that's the great granddaughter or granddaughter. That's his daughter with mom. It's
There's mom.
Like some Rose. I mean, wife. I'm sorry.
He was from the church, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he was
Yes.
deacon at the
He was
church.
from
Yes.
the church.
And that in the background, a little hard to see in this picture. There'll be more. That was
His car.
His
Mac's car.
mom, she was
Yeah.
having a heart.
He was an amazing man, and he touched so many lives.
Yeah.
And it was obvious that he was very well loved, and touched a lot of people in the community as people came out to see the memorial and say thank you to his family.
Yes.
JC with
Mom,
the wife and mom. Oh, same picture. Move on after that.
That's the sheriff.
That. With mom and wife in the background. Here's another.
That's the sheriff right there. He had promised Mac's wife that Mac would not be forgotten. And he just could not thank us enough for being there, because this is now allowing him to keep his promise
Mm-hmm.
to the family and say that we're not going to forget these beautiful men and women. And for us to come a year later, it just means a lot more.
And unfortunately, we had to come back next year.
Mhm.
Yeah, unfortunately, we
will.
already know we'll be back next year.
Yeah.
Here's again, it looks like a lot of the officers or deputies that were out to honor him.
JC talking to all the co-workers.
And this was the deputy chief from the PD that also worked and knew Mac very well. The chief couldn't make it out, but the deputy chief wanted to be there. Ironically, there was also a sergeant with him that knew Mac, but that sergeant also in 2009 lost one of his own. And very, very heartfelt on that.
Yes, very much so. I saw part of that,
Yeah.
and was
Yeah.
it was amazing to be able to connect him with Jim and Sean and have some conversations.
Absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
it's part of doing this is no one's ever alone
No.
in their feelings or in their loss, or there's unfortunately
Yeah, we got
a lot of people out there who've been in those shoes and understand those feelings. So it was, and here's there we go. So there's
Mac's car.
yeah. So I think all in all, today was an amazing day. Our vortex of North Carolina and South Carolina is always good to us in that area. Horry County last year when we first met them has been amazing, and they take care of everyone in their county. It's not just their officers that they lost in Horry County. They also do their very best to honor all their municipalities, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, all these
It
different.
is. It's a
Conway.
It's a huge family.
Yeah.
And that's also Matt, the sheriff, and first sergeant told me the sheriff is so giving that their department will assist not only within their state,
But
they go to Washington D.C. to assist and do the escorts of the buses and the escorts of the families, and they've been doing it for years. And that's one of the things that I am so proud of seeing, where departments are not forgetting, are striving to make sure that their men and women are honored correctly, and allowing them to honor others correctly. So that's just a blessing.
every year that they go out there, they have 8x10 photos taped to their windshields on their motorcycles to honor different officers throughout their county.
And now other departments are doing the same thing. So
they're always a pretty amazing bunch, and then come up to North Carolina with Brunswick and New Hanover, and just see that continue on.
absolutely.
That love for all the fallen officers, not just their own. So it was pretty impressive.
I'll do the toast if you guys are good with that.
I think
All right, we're doing 3 toasts presented by 1350 Distilling out of Colorado. Our first toast is going to be for Sergeant Gordon William Best. Go ahead. I can't see the end of the game.
his end of watch date is January 1st, 2021.
Second one is Deputy Sheriff Joseph Brandon Gore.
End of watch is April 3rd, 2021.
And our third is for Captain David Edwin MacAlpine, otherwise known
Alpine?
as
Yes. And his end of watch was September 17th, 2021.
Well, the Lord works in mysterious ways. We believe that there's always a reason why all these great men and women have been taken from us before their time. I believe we're saying it's before their time because we want to be selfish, keep them, and allow them here so we can physically touch them, physically hold them, physically talk to them. But the Lord allows us to remember everyone. The Lord allows us to remember them and still talk to them, still have them in our lives, have them part of everything that we do. So we shouldn't forget that. Our job, though, is to make sure others remember all of these beautiful men and women. Our job is to say their names, say with pride, talk about their stories, talk about their families, talk about their loved ones, talk about the departments, and allow all of this healing to start, but more importantly, allow them not to be forgotten. So as we close our day and we start our new day to honor more, we thank the families, we thank the prophets for letting us do this. Moreover, we are honored and blessed to be able to do this. So this cheers for them. Peacemakers in heaven. Cheers. It's Richard's turn.
We start our day off in the morning at Suffolk Police Department at 8 a.m. for Sergeant Jose R. Rivera. End of watch 5/31/21. Then we go to Culpeper County SO at 1:30 for Captain James Anthony Sisk. End of watch 10/1/21. and then we end our day in was it Maryland?
Delmar.
Mar-
Delmar?
Delmar, Maryland?
Delaware.
Delaware. Yes.
Easton, but yeah. Delmar.
But,
Does anyone, how was everyone's day today?
well, I think, you know, again, I want to talk about the beautiful, beautiful. Listen, we're in God's country, and the 2-lane roads, the back roads, the people are amazing. And for us, going through this beautiful country, seeing plantations, seeing beautiful homes that are, you know, you just want to wonder about the history of these homes and who lived there and everything else. And
Tobacco fields.
tobacco
Oh, yeah.
fields, yeah,
Margins in Old Florida.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
The homes were absolutely beautiful. These homes that were all wood and weathered and beautiful homes. You just wonder, and huge. Who lived in these homes?
what was the history about that?
Yeah. Who lived there?
You know,
Who
one of the
built
things
these?
that Allison, I was going to pull up to you and then even just shout out because there was one stretch as we came through. I wanted to just grab onto you and say, sis, last year we went through a similar area where we went to a small sheriff's department and to honor, and we passed a similar department, but it was a brown gravel road,
Oh, yeah.
and they were just humble. They had iced tea for us, and it was hot, and it was just a small department. And it just brings back memories. And then the other one was what was the lady that they had talked to us about that was the spirit that we went to the cemetery and she was like
The
Mother
saint.
Teresa. The saint. She was the saint.
That was in Louisiana, and it was.
But we went to the department.
Yes.
And then they said, you know, this saint is in our county. We said, no, what are you talking about? So we took, everybody went to the cemetery.
The cemetery.
And we actually met somebody there.
There was quite a few people that came by.
But there was two specific people. They had cancer, and this
Oh,
saint,
yeah.
this saint had miracles that would cure cancer.
And she was, as I recall, 12 or 13 years old
Something like that.
when she passed, and they gave her sainthood. They had documented proof of her miracles.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive. It was just, as I recall, from New Orleans. It was northwest, just a little bit of New Orleans, more north than west. And it had been a beautiful department. That train station, that had been converted into that community center.
But you know, for me, as we travel, you know, and I always, as I'm traveling, I'm wondering at the end of our day, how is Sean going to be tonight? You know, I worry about how Jim is going to be tonight. Because some of them are hard, and today was a hard one. You know, where we are, he lost his partner, and that's how we know them. Is we visited them, and here we are talking to another sergeant that lost his partner and has questions about that, and family members. You know, I worry about Damon and losing his wife last year, and now being on the ride and meeting all these survivors.
But as we've heard, and I think people, it's also part of that healing process is to meet others and be able to freely and openly talk about that, and tell other people that they're not alone.
You know, I was so amazed yesterday at our sheriff's department before we came into
In Marion County.
Marion County. And then I was even more amazed today when the departments, I'm trying to talk, just ask the PIOs and everything, is the family taken care of? You know, that's what I always do. And do we need to get a hold of somebody at Tunnels for Towers? Because we are promoting Tunnels for Towers.
Oh, we very much so.
And we've fallen in love with Tunnels for Towers.
Great
And I
organization.
was so
Yes.
blessed that both of them mortgages got paid. They have houses. They're not having to worry. The kids are not having to worry. The mom's not having to worry. And Tunnels for Towers does just an amazing job. So.
They absolutely do. I don't know if we have a picture down there of our, but that's an amazing organization.
Yeah, and we partner now where when we're not doing this, we are taking our memorial to their golf, to their bike events, to their 5K events, because we want to let them know the people that are there. And we can talk about the families now that we're recipients.
Yeah. That we've met. And how appreciative not only the families are, but the agencies. They are so relieved that the families don't have that angle of something to worry about. That worry is gone.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of it is financially. It's always a thing, it's in everyone's head. And so that's an amazing thing that they come in and pay off these mortgages to ensure that these kids and spouses are
taken care of,
are able to stay in their homes and don't have that stress. It's a great organization.
So that's our day was. You asked about my day. That's kind of what I've been thinking about, and then I'm also writing. One of my habits is I will, when I'm leaving before I leave a department in any leg, I pick one of my beautiful 608 and I talk to them briefly, and then that segment on the right I'm talking to them, and sometimes I get very playful and jokester because that's what's in me. Other times I'm very serious. I think yesterday James realized that I had my music on for the first time in a long time because I was just told to turn the music on. So, just weird stuff happens to me.
My music turned on for the first time in 3.5 weeks today, and I didn't ask it to, so that was kind of nice. Because it hadn't turned on in a very long time. Every time I tried to play music not through my helmet, but through the bike, it would just flutter the radio off and on, which was not good. But today it just turned on by itself, and it was on my playlist. It was already on my phone. It was amazing. I was very happy to have music for a little while.
Well, we're gonna do dinner. Tonight's dinner is fajitas. So we have it all ready, and if we want to do a quick shout out to anyone that.
Let's take a look here at a couple of our.
Actually, no, do the shout out on the. No, I was gonna say just whoever's asked, chatted, whoever's chatted.
Oh,
sorry.
Comments. Here we go to comments. Brandon Cotton,
love it. I forgot to tell you yesterday, but he was on my mind all day yesterday. On and off on the trip. Just on and off. So love you, brother. Bless you. Love you. So
yes, it's very good to see your name. We miss you. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure who that came from. It came from us.
don't know.
Love you, sis. You're doing a fabulous job of taking care of the team and all those families.
You do a great job.
It could be I'm not sure. Again, Cotton, love you all, family. So glad to see you all safe and doing such great work. Hope to catch up with you all soon. We would love to. I think we're finally out of Tennessee for the last time. We kind of looped back and forth for a bit, but I think we're out for now. Linda, yes, it was an amazing crowd. I really at every stop today had so many people there to honor those fallen and these families, and it was just an amazing day. Hi, Sherry. Yes, we miss you guys too, and we love you, and we'll see you guys soon. Joel, lots of hearts back at you. Paula. Oh, I hope Ellen's doing all right and he's staying calm. I know it's boring not doing anything, but hopefully he's doing all right. Tell him we're thinking of him. Just don't give him a hug quite yet, but tell him we're thinking of him. Hi, Janie. It's a Cortez family reunion here on this side. It's good to. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. Do you want to see this one?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We'll skip that one.
She was
Love
just
you.
I was gonna skip Tammy's love yous. Hi, Chris. We're looking forward to seeing you guys. Kelly, hello. Cheers back at you, Cotton. And Kelly. And Linda, yes, we will. We'll always do our best to remember all these fallen and their families and departments. And all these officers need to hear that and know that they are cared about and remembered. Yeah, it's been a lot of great support from the departments, the families, the community members. We've had some people actually show up today in the parking lot who put on a car show here in Suffolk and would love to find out some more information about us. So there's just a lot of support out there. Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
No one gave him a hey.
Hey.
Yep. Yeah, Eddie. And Allison, hi. Yes, definitely, Cotton. We'll reach out. And Jamie, yes, we'll see you on the 18th in Spokane when we get back. So I think we've had a pretty full day, and we're gonna probably have some dinner here, and we look forward to seeing you guys. We'll have an update with mileage and so forth in the morning.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Have a blessed night. No drinking and driving, no texting. If you see emergency vehicles, please either stop, pull over, or move over. And please, please, please. Doesn't cost you anything. You can say I love you to any first responder, especially the Leos. Tell me you love them, tell me you care about them. If they let you give them a hug, give them a hug. More importantly, place all of those beautiful EOW families in your hearts and prayers every night. So God bless each and every one of you. Love you.
See you tomorrow.